Okay, today I'm gonna do a little bit of an interior infotainment review for you guys on the 22 Expedition XLT. Okay, now that we're in the Expedition here, the first thing I wanted to talk about was the window sticker. So I had a few comments on some of the previous videos where folks wanted to see the window sticker for this 22 Expedition. So I've got that up on the screen now. As you can see, MSRP was just over 70,000. It is a equipment group 202A, so it's an XLT high package with pretty much every option you could select for an XLT, minus maybe the DVD players or the screens in the back of the headrests. I think might be the only thing not selected for the XLT high package. So there it is. Take a look. Let me know if you've got any questions about that, and then we'll get into a quick overview of the interior here. I'll try not to make this too long, but try to go through most anything inside. As you can see, the interior is pretty much matches the 21 and newer F-150 design. It does have Sync 4. And we'll start over here at the instrument cluster. Back up a second. So a steering wheel, like I said before, it pretty much matches 21 F-150. So on the left side here we have our cruise control, adaptive cruise settings, lane keep assist, and volume buttons. And then over here on the right is up and down, okay, back, and menu. Majority of this is for the instrument cluster display. So get a close-up shot of that. I do just have the key on here, that's why you see the battery light and the check engine light are on. So we've got analog tachometer and speedometer. And then in this area here, if I were to put it in drive with it running, this where your 1 through 10 show up for the transmission gear. So down on the bottom, we have the driver's assistance settings. So you'll see like lane keep assist and lane centering come up on there when you're driving. And then going to the menu here, you've got a number of different options you can select. So my view is customizable. So you can have up to 7 different pages selected that you can scroll through by moving the up and down arrows for the My View. So I'll show you the ones I have. On the configure My View screen, if you go into here, you can pick which screens up to 7 that you can have on your My View, so you can see the ones with the check mark box that I have selected. So go back to My View and you can scroll through them here. I have audio, power distribution, tire pressure, trip 2, trip 1, average fuel economy, and the calm screen, which is just blank. So back into the menu, you've got another set of screens. My View is the only one that's customizable. These other ones are set what you can see on those screens. So trip fuel, these are the 4 you see on there. Trip 1, trip 2, auto start stop status, and fuel economy. Back into the menu here, vehicle info screen. We've got tire pressure, power distribution, engine info, and seat belts. So there's the seat belts, tire pressure, power distribution, and engine information. So this is also the screen you go to when you hold OK to reset your oil life when you get the oil changed. The next one is towing. So we've got 3 screens in there. Towing status shows your brake controller gain setting, trailer info, trailer light status. Back in here to the menu, the next one is navigation. So if you've got navigation going, you can pick destinations in there, set a destination, look for points of interest. Phone, if you have your phone connected. I don't have anything connected now, but you can make calls from that screen. audio is off, but you can change the station or the source without taking your hands off the wheel. And then settings, so these top two center middle gauges are configurable. So if you go into here, I have them shown. If you do that, they go away, and then you can swap them left to right, and you can pick what that center left and center right gauge are. So there's only 3 options, but for the left one I have oil pressure, and then for the right one I have turbo boost manifold pressure. So that's kind of cool that you've got a choice there. You've also got you can change the speedo to kilometers. You can set the truck up to be ready for neutral towing, vehicle maintenance, oil life and tire pressure in there. That's it for the settings, and then back to my view. So that's pretty much all the options here in the cluster. The other thing I will show you quick is the drive modes. So the knob for that is down here, knob in the center. So we turn this and I'll show you the different drive modes. So we have normal, sorry about the glare there, that's going to be a little bit tough to see. Normal, eco, try to get a better shot of that, but eco, then we have sport, and then we have tow haul, last one to the left. So if I go back to the right, normal, back to normal, we have slippery, we have sand, and we have mud and ruts. So these will make changes to your 4-wheel drive selection also based on what mode you're in, and also traction control adjustments. So go back into normal, which will put it back into 2 high, and back to the main screen here. So that's pretty much it for the instrument cluster. Back down here, so the drive mode knob, we also have our 4-wheel drive selections around there, hill descent control, parking sensors off, and then we have our transmission gear selector, as well as the electronic limited slip rear differential, and then our plus and minus transmission gear shift buttons there. So we got 2 cup holders and a little area here in front. We have a wireless phone charger down there, USB-A and USB-C connections, and some storage. Pretty typical there. Up here we've got our trailer brake controller and Pro Trailer backup assist knob. And then if I go to the sync screen in the center stack here, with the 12-inch screen you do get a number of hard buttons down here, which I prefer having some of those. On the upper trims for the new Expedition with Sync 4, you can get a 15-inch screen, and I believe you don't get hardly any hard buttons down here below the screen then, so everything has to be done through the center display, which is alright too. I just prefer having some of the hard buttons. So we have our dual climate control knobs, heated steering wheel, heated seat, heated and cooled passenger seat, fan control. We have our rear climate control, we can adjust from there, various climate control knobs. Then we have our audio selections there, our auto start stop, disable button, flashers, traction control, and our camera button. So if we hit that camera button, I do have 360 camera on here, so you can flip through the different camera options: front camera, front sides, hitch camera, and rear camera. Go back to the main one here, which shows the front camera and the 360 camera. So super clear picture here on Sync 4. It's a pretty big upgrade from Sync 3, if you're familiar with that. So I'll go through the menus here on the Sync 4 display. So your menus are along the bottom here. All the way to the left you have audio, got your different sources, AM, FM, and Sirius XM if you have a subscription for that. and then Bluetooth audio. Second one is phone. Check your phones on there. Third one is nav. This is the only screen that you can do full screen on here. Any of the other screens, you don't have that option. It's kind of nice to have nav pretty big sometimes. Back to here. So the middle tab is, you can modify what is here. I have it set to driver's assistance. So if we hit that, goes into our driver's assistance menu selections, but then it turns into this edit button. So if you hit that, you can pick any of these other menus to have saved as this center tab. So let's say you you do a lot of towing and you want that menu up here, so pick that, and now that's your center tab. So go back here and that'll take you to the towing menu. I'm going to put it back to driver's assistance because that's the one I like to have there, but that is selectable. So go into that driver assistance menu. This has auto hold, which is kind of a nice feature that I like. When you come to a complete stop, it will hold the brake pressure for you and you can take your foot off the brake pedal. In cruise control, normal, adaptive, I do have lane centering and speed sign recognition. Speed limit assist, lane keeping, rearview camera, pre-collision assist, reverse brake assist, lots of different stuff in there you can see. That was driver's assistance. The next one is your phone apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, etc. In the settings, we've got all our different options in here. General, a lot of stuff you're familiar with seeing here. Vehicle settings, got a lot of different adjustments we can make in there. Just give you a quick overview of this stuff so the video doesn't get too long. Connectivity, this is your connected vehicle features. I highly recommend having it turned on, but totally up to you. You know, this allows you to use it with the Ford Pass app, which is super handy. Wi-Fi, it's a good idea to have it connected to your home Wi-Fi. That way when you're in the garage or in the driveway in range, it can connect to your home Wi-Fi. It does get updates through the Wi-Fi as well as over the air through the cell phone network. So there's that. Back to the menu here. The other thing in here too is going to software updates, and in addition to connectivity, I recommend having your automatic updates turned on. You don't have to, but this allows you to get those over-the-air updates rather than having to go into the dealer in some instances, which is pretty nice. Some of those updates will go over the air while you're driving down the road, and other than a little icon at the top of the screen, you won't really know. It's pretty seamless. But the other thing is some of the bigger updates need to go process while the vehicle's off. So this is where you set up a schedule for when those updates can go through. I have mine set up to 2 a.m. any weekdays. So I'm typically not in the vehicle at that time. If you do happen to be driving during that time, it will just wait until the next time it hits that scheduled period to run the update through. So it's a good idea to have that. Also, like I said, to have the automatic updates on, that's probably what I would recommend. Avoid some trips to the dealer. There still might be things you have to go to the dealer for updates on, but a lot of them will go over the air. That's kind of nice about the newer Ford vehicles out there. So that's pretty much everything in there. I didn't go into super great detail on all of them, but gives you a high level overview. And that last screen, the features on the right, has towing, driver's assistance, and the owner's manual. So if you notice, you do not get a hard copy of the owner's manual anymore. It's all here within the sync display, and you can search for what you're looking for. It's pretty handy. So the last little thing here on Sync 4 is this extra little screen to the right. And there's a few different things you can have up over here: the audio, climate control settings, fuel economy, trip 1, and connected phone, navigation, back to audio. So I like to leave the climate control settings over here. That way some of those, like which vents it's blowing out of, is kind of nice to have there. Otherwise you do have to go down here and hit this button, bring it up on the screen. And I tend to change that a fair amount, so it's kind of nice to have that there. But lots of different options, so that kind of gives you an overview. We do have the second flip out open center console, kind of like same with the new F-150. I did get the tan leather interior. I think it's pretty nice. I kind of like the two-tone with the tan. So there's a quick overview on the interior and infotainment, and that's about all I have for you guys today. Let me know if there's other things you want some deeper details on, and I can certainly do some more videos in the future. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.